We had got married, and everybody was leaving, going to the club, the party and everything. She wanted to go straight to the hotel.
You got the woman in your dreams in a white dress looking fantastic.
That's right.
And she wants to go to the hotel. Supposed to get to work.
Maria thought Arnester was a bum from day one, but that didn't stop her from dating him. And when he turned on the charm, he won Maria's heart. But now, 7 years after saying I do and having 3 children together, Maria says Arnester is an alcoholic, and her first impression of him was the right one.
Outside hanging with these bums outside the house drinking, wasn't watching the kids, none of that. That's how the baby got hurt.
You know when they're 2 in 1, playpen or no, you gotta keep your eye on.
Yeah, I was in and out, I was in and out.
In and out?
Yeah.
In and out of consciousness or in and out of the house?
Maria says she is through with Arnester choosing the bottle before his family.
So he was drunk, driving with his new wife with no headlights on at night.
I'm in my wedding dress.
Whoa, whoa, pull you over.
Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Maria Henry and Arnester Henry. Mr. and Mrs. Henry, you have been married for 7 years, separated for the last 4, and you have 3 children between you. You do not want to be married anymore. That's why you're here. Mr. and Mrs. Henry, you have some financial issues that you would like me to resolve, and I will do that. But before we get to that, I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Henry. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
Well, Your Honor, I am married to a drunk, and let me tell you why. I walked in on my husband and my children one time. He was cutting the boy's hair. Okay, so after I got through doing what I was doing, in the kitchen, I hear this loud scream, and I'm like, what's wrong? And so I ran back in there, and he didn't end up clipping the baby's ear at the top of his ear while he was cutting his hair.
Were you drunk cutting your kid's hair and just chewing them all up with the clippers?
No, it was his first haircut.
Huh?
It was his first haircut. You know how kids getting their first haircut, they want to move and won't be still? When I'm asking her for help holding his head, she won't even hold his head.
Were you sober?
I wasn't sober, but I wasn't drunk, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have been drinking.
Just right.
Okay.
I have been drinking.
Whatever. Okay.
Joe said he was just right.
No. Drunk is
That's
drunk.
why I like Joe. You don't know what goes on over here. He whispers stuff to me all the time.
Drunk is drunk.
I enjoy it. Now, so do you think that being just right is the state of mind you need to be in to give your child his first haircut? Just, on a logic basis.
In a marriage with her, you got to be just right, or you're going to be just crazy.
Wait a minute.
You got to be just right.
Or just crazy. Now, why would you be crazy if you weren't just right all the time?
Because in a marriage with her.
Well, what is she doing?
Nothing. She don't do nothing. I'm surprised she said she got groceries, because she don't even go get groceries.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna cook. I'm the one that cooks at the house. I'm the one that cleans up at the house. We got a washer and dryer. She don't even know how to use it. In the beginning of the marriage, she didn't even know how to cook.
Mr. Henry is telling me that you come up light all the time, and but for him, you wouldn't get anywhere or get anything done.
Definitely not true, Your Honor. Those are all lies. I don't want to enroll myself into school, number one. If you're going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth.
You wouldn't finish, though, if it wasn't for me.
No, that's not true.
Ms.
You
Henry?
helped out with the kids. But you,
You had an extraordinary story to tell about your wedding night. Could you please tell it to me?
He was drunk when we got married. I don't know why you had to get, wasted before, and I didn't realize until after we got married and family members coming up to me telling me, well, he was drunk. He had to get married. He had to get drunk in order to marry you. I'm like, okay, what's that about? You saying something wrong with me?
Yeah.
No, and so we got pulled over the same night. Police pulled us over because the headlights went on, pissed drunk.
So he was drunk, driving with his new wife with no headlights on at night.
I'm in my wedding dress. Yes, ma'am.
In your wedding dress?
Yes. Exactly.
Pull you over.
We get pulled up. We're on our way to the club. Family members pay for the club so we can have our nice night. We end up getting pulled over. I ain't even see him no more for the rest of the night. They pulled me out of the car. So he started acting a fool. Okay, I didn't see him at night. We did not spend our night together that night.
Did you get pulled over for drunk driving on the night you got married?
No, ma'am. This is what happened. We had got married, and everybody was leaving, going to the to the club, the party and everything. She wanted to go straight to the hotel. And I'm arguing with her saying that, you know, my folks came in town, but she wanted to go to the hotel. We're supposed to follow them to the club and have a good time. No, she ready to go to the hotel.
Well, wait a minute, wait. You just gotten married,
Yeah,
right?
yes, ma'am.
You got the woman of your dreams in a white dress looking fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And she wants to go to the hotel.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a yes, baby, here I am moment. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're supposed to get to work. They coming up late. That's a shame. You should be embarrassed.
Oh, that's the reason why I went to jail.
If we had did what I said we was gonna do, this would have never happened.
would have happened.
That's how I went to
Exactly.
jail, doing what she said do. I made it right when
No,
everybody else went
we was
left.
in the car, Your Honor, arguing. We argue all the time over
You were
nonsense.
arguing on your wedding day?
Yes. He was drunk. I wasn't even wasted
I
yet.
was late. I was late for
How
the
you
wedding.
get wasted before me?
There seems to be a lot of going on at your house with drinking.
Yes.
Tell me about the atmosphere in your home
Honey, let me
with
tell
the
you,
drinking.
when
Well,
I-
don't call me honey. I know
Okay.
you like me.
Yes,
Well, let's try to stay above board
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Go ahead, Miss Henry.
Okay, several instances. One time I used to work these 12-hour shifts at the hospital after I got my nursing degree.
That was too much. You worked too much.
Mr. Henry.
Okay. So my mom, I get a call saying, Maria, you know, my mom went over there to see about the kids. She gets there, called me, she said, girl, the kids are nasty and everything. Okay, so Jacob ended up getting hurt, jumping up and down while he's outside hanging with these bums outside the house drinking. Wasn't watching the kids, none of that. They were sloppy, nasty, running noses, all of that. On his watch.
And he was outside drinking with his buddies?
Yes, not watching the kid. That's how the baby got hurt. So his teeth ended up dead, took him to the doctor, everything. They heard that blood was everywhere. The tooth was loose.
Mr. Henry, were you out drinking with your buddies when your kids were inside getting hurt?
No. My kids were like 1 year old. They was in what that is, little pen thing.
Yeah, Playpen?
Yeah, they was in the playpen. They must bumped each other head, but you know, they only 1 and what, 2 and 1 years old?
Yeah.
So
you know when they're 2 and 1, playpen or no, you got to keep your eye on them.
yeah, I was in and out. You know, I was in and out.
In and out?
Yeah.
In and out of consciousness or in and out of the house?
No, I was just in and out the house because sometimes I had them outside, sometimes I have them in the house.
Were
But
you
it's just not
drinking?
like all day or something like
Were
that.
you drinking?
It was all day.
Yeah, I was drinking then.
You were
It was
drinking
all day.
You can't be drunk taking care of children.
When divorce court continues, will Arnester admit to cheating on his wife?
I get a knock on the door, and I open the door. I'm like, hello. She said, you know, your husband been hitting on me all last night. You know, the other day he didn't come home. He was over there at my house in my bed with me.
Do you want to give a wake-up call to a couple you think needs to either break up or get it together? If so, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Maria Henry, who wants to divorce her husband because he drinks too much. But is Arnester's drinking habit putting them in financial jeopardy?
Did you get robbed around the corner?
Yeah, I got robbed. I got robbed around the
So
corner.
you cashed your check, you had the cash in the thing, and what happened?
I fell asleep.
So you didn't get robbed, you got rolled.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Henry. You say you have to be drunk to live with her. Can you give me some examples that would let me tell me how hard it is to live with her that requires alcohol to survive?
Well, when I constantly got to do everything and take care of the house and feed the kids, like I said before, she didn't even know how to cook. I didn't know that she didn't know how to cook. It's like she got married just to have fun, you know what I'm saying? The first year,
She got married to have fun.
yeah, to get the props and everything. Because when you start
What
in a relationship with her, as soon as we got married, the job stuff stopped. Like I said before, she got had 8 jobs in 1 year. She'll work 2 months and quit. She'll start a task and won't finish. She'll quit.
He told me I didn't have to work.
That's 1 year.
He told me I didn't have to
That
work.
was
Did you tell her she didn't have to work?
For 1 year. You just had a baby. You don't have to work for the year. You know what I'm saying? I got us.
He was holding it down economically.
He was.
Were you holding it down at the household?
I was trying.
You were trying.
Yes, I was.
Trying. She was trying.
Yes, ma'am.
That means you weren't successful, really.
I was trying to be. I was trying to be.
Ms. Henry, you claim he cheats on you. Is that accurate?
He does, and he
Tell me
did.
about an instance where you caught him.
He used to stay around the corner a whole lot. And a matter of fact, he came in missing a couple of paychecks with these folks around the corner. House full of women. Keep in mind that he just got paid. He got paid. I didn't see. He said, well, he came home to check on me and the kids. He said, well, I'll be back in about an hour. He always lies. He never did come back that night. Okay, so I called his phone. He didn't call me back, period. He ended up spending the night over there around the corner or wherever he was because I was at home with the kids where I was supposed to be. Okay, came home that morning before he went to work. I said, where the money? I need some money. I need money for gas. I gotta go. He always say, I ain't got no money. They robbed me last night. What you mean they robbed you last night? How the hell you get robbed last night? You just got this money. Dog, you just got paid the other day.
Did you get robbed around the corner?
Yeah, I got robbed. I got robbed around the corner.
So you cashed your check, you had the cash in the thing, and what happened?
I fell asleep.
So you didn't get robbed, you got rolled.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
saw you were asleep, reached in your pocket, took your cash, and
Yeah.
that was the end of that.
That was the end of that.
How often does that happen?
That don't happen all the time. If we fussing, I just leave the house and stop a fight.
It don't happen all the time.
It don't happen all the
It
time.
doesn't happen.
You got robbed twice. Okay.
It doesn't happen all the time. I mean, once should be enough
No,
for you.
see, sometimes I just tell her that I got robbed.
So you say sometimes you just tell her you got robbed because...
Not to give her no money. Not to give her no money.
Because you don't want to give her money.
Yes.
Anyway, Your Honor, I hear when he was around the corner, his paycheck got stolen. That's paycheck one that got stolen, and he claimed he got robbed. The same whoever that was over there around the corner at his friend's house, I get a knock on the door. In the same week, I get a knock on the door, and I open the door. I'm like, "Hello." She said, "You know your husband been hitting on me all last night. You know the other day he didn't come home. He was over there at my house in my bed with me."
Who?
Don't play.
Mr. Henry,
Don't
do
play.
you
You know
recall
who I'm
going around
talking
the
about.
corner? Was it a day he got robbed or a day he didn't get robbed?
The same day.
The day you said you got
that
robbed.
he claimed he got robbed.
Were you in bed with this other woman?
No, I wasn't in bed with no other woman.
Well, hang on. Have you ever cheated on her?
I cheated on her before we had got married. When we had broke up, I had cheated on her.
But ever since that you got married,
No. I
not
never
one
cheated on her.
time.
Not one time. Not one time.
Not drunk, forgot, something like that.
No, not drunk, forgot or none.
When divorce court continues, should Maria and Arnester have taken the counselor's advice?
When we had went for counsel, and they told us don't get married.
Oh, they did.
They told us don't get married.
Wait a minute, what was that?
Why did they tell you not to get married? Would you get divorced if your spouse got arrested on the wedding night? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Arnester Henry, who says he wants to divorce his wife because she doesn't take care of her household duties. But are Maria's suspicions that he is cheating making her lazy?
I wasn't a cheating type. We had that talk and counsel.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
You had what?
We had that conversation in counseling when we had went for counsel, and they told us don't get married.
Oh, they did.
They told us don't get married.
Wait a minute, what was that? What was that?
Why did they tell you not to get married?
The two preachers, both of them told us not to get married.
One time was because of my family member.
What was the family member saying?
This family member knew that I wanted to marry him, but I wasn't sure. So he went up to the preacher and was like, "Well, look, when she get ready to come at you, I don't want her to
marry him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she come to you, tell her, "Nah, I can't do it. I can't marry."
Why do you think your family didn't like it?
He's a drunk.
Who?
You.
Well, did you know he was a drunk before you said I do?
Yes.
Ms. Henry, you are seeking $5,538 from Mr. Henry. That constitutes rent, phone, water, lights, and electric for 6 months. Explain to me your request.
Your Honor, I am requesting that because I have been through pain during this marriage. And I have tried to give him my all, and I have gave him my all, but I cannot fight or keep on trying with somebody by myself that don't want to try it with me. Point blank, I can't do it.
Well, tell me about the money, though. Why do you believe I ought to give you 6 months' worth of rent and utilities from him? What's the specific basis of your request?
Because I have these kids 365 days out of a year. Yes, I did choose to leave, but that was for good reason because of this abuse I was taking from him for this drinking. I deserve that because I'm taking care of your kids. Your kids.
Does he contribute at all to the running of your household?
Yes, he contributes through child support and even outside of child support because he knows child support is not enough. So yes, ma'am, he does. He'll send little chump change here and here and there.
Little.
That's what I said.
What do you have any receipts or bills that you want to show me?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
When divorce court continues, who will feel the most fire when Judge Lynn finds herself in the middle of a heated child support battle?
My daughter will call and say, Mama didn't do what she said she gonna do with the money.
That's not
so,
true.
Yes, it is
He will
true.
ask her. He will
Don't get
ask
your
her.
kids involved in
That's
that.
what I'm
Don't talk
saying.
about who is doing what to who.
I'm not
who's
spending the money
paying
on me.
what or who's spending money. Don't ever do that. Would you get divorced if your spouse got arrested on the wedding night? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce court returns with a case of Maria and Arnester Henry, who are seeking a divorce after a 7-year marriage and 3 children together.
Mr. Henry, she says you do pay child support and that you give her money above and beyond that. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you working currently?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you working currently?
Yes, I am.
Part-time.
Do you agree that the amount that you give her in child support is not enough?
I agree that it's not enough, and that's why I consistently send her money. But like I say, I don't know what she do with the money. I don't know what she do with the money.
But you consistently send it?
Yeah.
How much do you think you send her every month? About?
I don't even know. I don't even
Give
know.
me a ballpark. You didn't send her $1 million last month, did you?
No, I didn't.
So,
I
okay.
sent her probably about 200.
200 a month?
Yeah, that I send when the kids need something. When they need shoes or need stuff like that, I'll send her some.
And
money.
how much in child support do you pay monthly?
Oh, shoot. I got 2 jobs, and one of them's like part-time, so it varies. Sometimes it'll be 3, sometimes it might be less than 3.
So you give her around $500 a month, you're saying?
When the kids need
When the kid
kids
needs
need
something.
Yeah, because I don't send it all the time. Because like my daughter will call and say, "Mama didn't do what she said she gonna do with the money."
That's not
so,
true.
Yes, it is
true. He
true.
will ask her. He will
don't get
ask
your
her.
kids involved in
That's
that.
what I'm
Don't talk
saying.
about who is doing what to who.
I'm not
who's
spending the money
paying
on me.
what or who's spending money. Don't ever do that.
Okay.
That's not their business. That's not their thing. They're supposed to love the both of you as crazy as you may be. They just supposed to love you. Here's the thing, Mrs. Henry, I can't give you anything for those specific things. This man's doing his part. He's paying his child support and he's giving you money above and beyond that because he knows the child support isn't enough. I can't just all of a sudden after 4 years of separation give you the rent and everything. He seems like he's trying to do the right thing. I don't get that a lot in here and I thank you for it. You're trying to do the right thing economically. All I'm going to ask you for this. Booze is not cheap. If you put down a few of those bottles, you'll have a few more dollars left over at the end of the month. That's number 1. Number 2, they need to see Daddy, and they need to see Daddy not when he's wobbling or loose and rolling around. They need to see him upright, straight, and stable. Give them that and get involved in their lives in a sober, rational fashion. And you allow him to do that when he does that. And don't be fussing and nagging. Sometimes you can always go to the fuss and nag later. Start out with the nice and see how much he get, because it looks like he'll go for it. And maybe, well, no. Don't do that. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I'm going to continue to take care of the children, being the good mother that I am.
I'm gonna give me a good beer as soon as I leave here.
See what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about.